My name is Phoebe Roberts, and I'm an emerging theater professional in the Boston area. And my background in playwriting is I've been a writer in various media all my life, but in college I started getting into writing plays because I performed in plays a lot and directed them. And my biggest interest is storytelling in general. And it's so great that theater has so many ways to help tell the story, from the way you design the blocking, to the costumes you choose to put them in, to the words that the actors speak, to just every little element helps tell the story, and I love that there's so many ways to do it. It happens to be my interest that I write a lot of stuff that's fantasy or science fiction or historical fiction, or stuff that's, I guess, like the shorthand for it would be that has geek appeal. So being kind of plugged into local geek culture, if there's, they do events, they do conventions and things, and, obviously they're not going to want, your literary dinner table piece where your dysfunctional family hashes out their very literary issue. Mrs. Hawking is, to describe it in its one-sentence pitch, a play that answers, what if Sherlock Holmes were a lady Batman? People really love and enjoy these adventure stories with extraordinary individuals who have amazing abilities, who do cool stuff, like Sherlock Holmes and like Batman. And there's just so many opportunities for spectacle and for excitement and for compelling characters in those genres, and I've always been a fan of them, but I think they've gotten a little bit stuck in certain archetypes, and I wanted to do sort of my own interpretation of that kind of story, was something that maybe people hadn't seen as much before. So, I like, brooding, complicated, skilled, somewhat damaged, hero types, but they tend to be young, and they tend to be men, and they tend to be things that we've seen 100 times now. So by making her a middle-aged woman who has all of the complexities of these male heroes, I thought it would be something a little new and different. The Mrs. Hawking story being kind of like an adventure detective superhero story lends itself really well to serialization, which is great because I can have them take on multiple antagonists, multiple challenges, and watch the characters grow and change over long periods of time. It's a little bit unusual in the world of theater, but I think that we as a culture are starting to want more continuity, more stuff that we can explore more deeply, which serialization and telling them multiple stories and watching things grow and change. So I'm kind of making a go of telling many stories, and in fact two installments have been written, which are available on the website www.mrshawking.com, and I'm planning on writing many, many more. Ideally, my audience is probably nerds, because they're thoughtful, they're enthusiastic about things, they're creative, they see things and enable their imagination to be caught. And they go out and they talk about it, and they tell their friends about it, and they share these experiences with other people, and they make a culture of enjoyment and exploration around stuff that makes them excited. And I think that, the term geek is not, like, it's about a kind of person who cares about things really deeply and has to know everything about it and wants to immerse themselves in the stuff that they love. And when we redefine it like that, I think that there's a little bit of a geek in everyone, because everybody should have something that they care about that much. And the people who want to be that swept away are the people I want to write stories for. I want to put this play out there to sort of invite people away from their preconceived notions about what theater has to be, and the idea that, it's rarefied or stuffy or has to be something that the average person can't enjoy.